Okay, so this is gonna be more of a vlog, but it's Rachel. We have our whole station set up over here of our muffin lab. So we're about to put everything in the oven, did the well, and did our different wet and dry ingredients. So hopefully they turn out great.
This is the exterior analysis of the muffins. Right on the left side you have the bread flour, and then on the right side you have the cake flour. So haven't cut into them yet, but they look almost like biscuits. So this is the stirred 20 times, this is the 45, and then this is the total 90, so the additional 45. So we're about to cut into them and taste them, so we'll be right back.
So say goodbye to your little different levels of fat muffins, so because they're about to go in the oven. So we have the 0 tablespoons of fat, 1.5 and 3. So they're about to go in the oven. We'll see what happens.
Okay, so here we have the results from our bread and our cake flour difference. And then these are from the 20 times stirred, I guess, if you will. So judging on the outside, they look, like I said, kind of like biscuits, and we're gonna cut into them in just a second. I hope you can see. However, so when we look at the cake one, we're seeing more of like a layering of the flour. So you're kind of seeing these layers in there, and there's not as many air pockets as the regular flour. So you're seeing all these air pockets, and so haven't tasted them yet, but we'll let you know how that goes. Cake flour is a little bit more chewy, and the bread flour is a little bit more crumbly, kind of like a biscuit. Looks like a biscuit, kind of tastes like a biscuit, especially without the added like flavoring, so like vanilla extract or blueberries or that kind of stuff. This is the result from the 45 total with the additional 25 strokes. So you have 45 strokes. This is a normal way to mix your batter, and so we're gonna cut into them. I'll do it right now, actually. Okay, yeah, so you're still seeing that level of, you're still seeing those air pockets, that kind of desired texture, but then in the cake, you're seeing more of this layered type of form. And let's try them and taste them, and I'll get back. So for your bread, you're gonna see a more delicate taste, and again with the cake, you're gonna see a more chewy, kind of more of a moist texture, kind of like how you really want a cake, but then the bread is more of that, like, obviously that bread texture. And then as far as flavor goes, they really do taste the same, but I think that texture in the cake still brings out that like kept moisture, and that really just like almost like a sweeter flavor. I would say that this one is a little bit more sweet than this one, because you're kind of keeping that moisture, which has the sugar and that kind of thing. Our final analysis for the different stroke amounts. So this is obviously your bread, this is your cake. The cake on the exterior, like I said, kind of looks like a biscuit, but it really, I mean, it blew up pretty much, I guess, if that's for lack of a better term. Again, you're still seeing that layering more in your cake, but although this one is a little bit more, let's see, cakey, it tastes, but it's still cakey, but it's not as moist, excuse me, as the 45 total strokes or the 25 or 20. And so then we have the regular flour, and that one still, you see these massive air bubbles in there, and we're gonna taste it. I'll get a bigger bite. Yeah, so you're still, it's kind of really dry. So, yep, those are results from the stroke lab.
Okay, so this is our exterior results from the effect of fat on muffins. Sorry. So you're seeing that the muffins that had no oil are the brownest on the top, and I
made 2 of each. So this is no oil, 1.5 tablespoons, 3 tablespoons. So I noted in my lab that brownest, goldest, if you will, and then, you know, I would say like a gold white and then more of like a white. Okay, so after tasting the muffins, I kind of felt like, paper keeps flying over. So the interior of the no oil had lots of air cells, and then the 1.5 tablespoon had more kind of like the tunneling kind of thing going on. And then the 3 tablespoons was kind of the same thing. Like you start still seeing those air cells. Let's see if I can get a good, there you go. So see tunneling, big air cells at the bottom. And then the texture of the no oil was kind of dry, very like flaky, biscuit-like. And then the middle one, your 1.5 tablespoon, was more moist. And then the 3 tablespoon was kind of dry. And then the flavor, no oil kind of had a biscuit-like flavor. It's kind of hard to detect what the flavor is when there's like no, kind of previously talked about, like there's no added fruit or extract or anything like that. So, and then the 1.5 tablespoons, I would say it's kind of the same, not really much change. And then the 3 tablespoon was kind of like my favorite because the moisture kind of gave it some more flavor. I'm eating a piece right now. It kind of has more of like a fluffy flavor, if that makes any sense. So those are results from the effective fat on muffins.